Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads, playing for today. Spawning in the north, we have Sturmpanther as the Aussie player. He has Jaeger Infantry, Mobile Defense, and Lightning War. Facing off against him in the south, we have BaByuByu as the Soviets, who has Guard Motor, Coordination, Guard Rifle, Combined Arms, and Shock Rifle Frontline. Pretty much meta loadouts for both these two players. BaByuByu, hadn't heard of this player before seeing this replay. Pretty close, pretty much like top 50 all factions just about. Yeah, rank 50 Soviets, Sturmpanther around rank 70 Ost. But yeah, I hadn't heard of him. Turns out to be a Korean player. But yeah, doesn't have that many games. Top 50, basically all factions. Makes you wonder if it's a smurf of somebody. Or maybe they've just got that Korean proness built in. But yeah, maybe it's a smurf. Could be. So pretty standard early game.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
So far, BaByuByu getting a few conscripts. Does have a PPSH conscript commander in his loadout. That seems to be more popular against us there. Seems to be going tier 1 against OKW and PPSH conscripts against Ost. Conscripts are a good choice, you know, against the machine gun. Can hoorah, outposition the machine gun. Makes them a good choice. And conscripts match up a little bit better against grenadiers than they do false grenadiers. Machine gun being brought up. Pioneers could probably just win this engagement on their own here. Wants to keep the squad on the field so they can do some capping. This engagement was won by BaByuByu. It looks like he's running towards the cutoff here. We've got a little bit of wire there though, denying that piece of cover. Just going to have nowhere to hide. He's going to get the cutoff, but it's going to cost him a bit of manpower in the process. Oh, he's actually brought his machine gun all the way over there.
The territory is out of contact.
Already. Took a couple goes at suppression, but there it goes.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
But still nice cutoff. Cutoff in return from Sturmpanther with the pioneers that were over here. Just ran them right onto the cutoff. BaByuByu actually only going for 3 conscripts so far, which is unusual. Usually you'd see 4, or maybe 3 and 2 combat engineers. Because at the moment it's too early to start saving for a squad of guards. By the time he gets 2 CPs, he's going to have a mountain of manpower. Sturmpanther actually going for a mortar, which is a bit unusual because it's not up against any support weapons currently. Flamethrower squad out there in the open. Perhaps if he was, well, like sometimes you can just run around this side, use tech ground over the headshot, I'm pretty sure. Things looking a bit rough for BaByuByu here, just not enough units. He's running onto the fuel point here, which is a good idea. No thing over there to defend at the moment. Could get some sandbags down here too, which would be quite nice. Okay, he's gone for Molotovs and medics early. Now putting down his tech. He's actually going for guard motor coordination, which is a little bit unexpected. As I thought he might be going for the PPSH conscripts, having gone for a conscript start. Molotovs flush that squad out of the building. mortar being used very aggressively here for capping. And Sturmpanther does have quite a lot larger army here. It should be taking a good chunk of the map on the back of that. He's built his med bunker, started his tick up to tier 2. Just trying to oorah around the side of the machine gun. Grenadiers in a good position to stop this flank. But the machine gun is having to backpedal quite far to prevent this flank around the side. Oh, whoa, what was that? Machine gun setting up in a truly horrible facing. Must have been a misclick. Like, all I could see was the bush. Sturmpanther should have got a little bit more map control out of that scenario. His machine gun hadn't set up like that. Oh, ooh, nasty wipe.
Infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Well-timed grenade there by Sturmpanther. Oh, but a wipe in return on the Pioneers. They hung around there a little bit longer trying to secure the fuel, but ends up losing it. So one each way. BaByuByu actually never connected this fuel, so it's a bit unfortunate for him. Seems like another timing for a rifle grenade here.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
So he's not going to even need an LMG, just chopping that low health con squad down. And there are the guards being upgraded with LMGs.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Attempting to steal
Mortar finally getting some hits in here. First time it's been useful so far this match, which is why I was a bit surprised he got it so early. And that's a heavy mortar from BaByuByu. Get rid of that machine gun in the building.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
Sturmpanther finally regathering his fuel. It's been a little bit lacking fuel. Actually, whoa, he's ticking up. Going straight past tier 2. Looks like he's going for a fast medium tank. This can backfire though, because his opponent putting down his tier 3 just about has the resources for a T-70 already. Sturmpanther doesn't have even tier 2 in construction, so there's very little to answer the threat of a T-70. Generally going for a fast T3, you can pull it off if you've had really good fuel control exhausts. I feel like, you know, there's that quite extended period where BaByuByu had harassed this, and Sturmpanther never really actually connected this fuel point, so I think his early game really justified going for a fast tier 3 here. I mean, he still has the time now to build a tech structure. He's just, his cohesion are out here. His pioneers rather are out here fighting, so probably not going to happen. Going for a second machine gun now, which does make it quite hard for your conscripts to move around. But this could all go quite badly off the rails with the arrival of that T-70. And still quite far away from 5 command points with the Puma. Which is what I'm guessing he's going to have to go for, because he can't go for a pack. And building the tech structure and trying to get a tank out of it, it's probably going to be a little bit too slow. Fully upgraded with the LMGs now, so these conscripts are really going to struggle. which is why commonly when people do go for this build with the guard motor, they will go for 2 combat engineers. Because at least, you know, then you can get 1 flamethrower, 1 sweep, or even double flamethrowers we've seen in GCS. Which still retain utility into the late game compared with conscripts with no PPSH upgrade. T70 chasing away a few squads on the flanks. BaByuByu actually, like, yeah, lacking a little bit of infantry. So, a little bit lacking in the capping power. So despite this, T70 forcing quite a lot of retreats. Can't fully exploit it because he's a little bit low on squads. Good control of the T70, backpedaling it in a nice timing to avoid getting Fausted. Good control by BaByuByu. Oh, but maybe, no, I was thinking maybe he's going to get a little bit too close there, but the model that's closest actually got killed. So good control of the T70 so far from BaByuByu. A lot of retreats. Is this coming in now for him? Sturmpanther is putting down his tech and he's starting production on the Panzer IV.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
BaByuByu being a little bit conservative with his T70. Sometimes, you know, if you're too aggressive with it, then a Puma gets called in and then you just lose. It can be quite frustrating. So he's avoiding that by playing quite conservatively with his T70. Oh, he got just close enough for a Faust to go off there. Nice move, getting onto the cutoff and the fuel. Still would like to see BaByuByu to put some sandbags down on this fuel. Make harassment a little bit stronger, kind of like Sturmpanther has here. So this will be available to defend this T70. Oh! Whoa, that was a long range rifle grenade. P4 pushing forwards. So the situation now where BaByuByu really needs a machine gun to help defend is this. Just spots the Panzer IV. Don't think it's going to get shot in. Oh. Not quite. AT grenades already ticked by BaByuByu, so he's ready for this. We saw a lot of this during GCS2. Players going for this cutoff first and then securing these territories later. Trying to damage the resources as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Oh, we're just going straight for the fuel point. Seems to be working out pretty well. Before in the middle, should have expected the Zis to be there. And AT grenades goes off as well. Panzer IV now not really in position to stop this T70 running amok. Sturmpanther going for the Jaeger command squad, which is a really nice squad, 5-man. Got the G43s by default, don't need to spend the munitions. And still has access to all the same things as a Grenadier, plus more. Really nice squad. So if you ever like lose a squad of Grenadiers early, this is like a really good way to just replace them. More just trading blows there. Guards. Oh, not gonna clear the angle. Sturmpanther playing it cautiously. Let's retreat. Even if he suppressed them there, I think he would have been in grenade range, so probably the right decision there to retreat. Rifle grenade goes in. Does quite a lot of damage to those guards. You just have a V3 on the back of that. And in comes the Jaeger command squad going for the fuel.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
BaByuByu still, he's been floating a little bit for quite some time here. I feel like he's just one unit short of a decent sized army, whereas Sturmpanther also has quite a lot of float, but it seems like his army is a little bit more well rounded. Maybe BaByuByu is actually going to spend all that on tech. Yep, there it goes.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
T70 can sometimes have a bit of trouble with this elevation here, but got pretty good damage on that machine gun. This is right there in support.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
But Sturmpanther taking a good amount of map control here. BaByuByu, despite getting his tier 4 down, this amount of fuel control, it's going to be a while before we can get what I'm sure he wants, is the T-3485. Oh, but Jaeger command squad goes down there. T-70 gets quite a few nice hits in. I didn't even realize that's the second fresh this from BaByuByu. Try and contain Panzer IV. Oh, but it looks like one of them is about to get decrewed here. This is now Vet 2, so you can make use of the Recon, which becomes a lot stronger at Vet 2.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Second AT gun does make placing your tank very tricky as Sturmpanther. Oh man, what's he doing with this? Sets up now. Using the attack round, misses that first shot. Didn't do it deep enough, looks like. Second shot connects though. Go for a third. Does, but it's out of there. Just gets recruit. BaByuByu though, as I said, really struggling to reconnect his fuel. Getting this second Zis really didn't help him too much. Felt like he was already containing the Panzer IV reasonably effectively with the single AT gun and the guards and the AT grenades. And the second Zis is kind of left him a little bit vulnerable to those LMG grenadiers just running at it. Panzer IV coming back in on low health to try to secure the kill on the T-70, but already got rid of its damaged engine. Doesn't take much repairs to get rid of that from the Faust. T-70 getting aggressive now, knows that the Panzer IV is out of commission. Trying to wipe that mortar, which is Vet 2. Pops the incendiary ammo to try and prevent the T-70 from chasing any further. It's actually doing really good damage. T-70 needs to get out of there. I'm not really too sure what the penetration profile is like on those incendiary rounds, but it seems like in close range, penetration is actually very strong. BaByuByu, on the other hand, though, missed opportunity, could have set up as this and started barraging that house. Might have even been able to kill the machine gun. Got so much munitions. Really, lost opportunity not tossing it out like that. It's making use of the crew repair though. He used to plant some mines as well on these. Isn't really done.
sector under attack.
T70 back up. Panzer IV still being repaired. Our Sturmpanther's had so much breathing room. Ticked all the way to tier 4 now. Tier 4 does offer more tools to deal with this kind of strategy. BaByuByu, you know, if you continue to spam medium tanks, you know, it can work, but it's quite risky. And you know, if they position the AT guns well, they can kind of pick off your medium tanks one by one, and eventually you end up losing the game. So with tier 4, you get up some going for the Werfer or the Panther, which is much less likely to get cut down by the AT guns because it's high health and armor. Wow, Grenadier goes down on retreat there. T70 is so lethal. Just even at, you know, the 21st minute, remains a very powerful force in the game. So this did push up, but not quite far enough to get any more shots on the Panzer IV. BaByuByu is still struggling a little bit for territory control though. And here comes the Panther for Sturmpanther. What's his name? Let's see, wanted to get a Panther. T-34-85 finally in the works for BaByuByu, but look, got 300 manpower. He could have had a squad all this time. Panther bouncing some shots there. 3 in a row, getting pretty lucky. Spinning around though. There's some pathing malfunctions. Taking a little bit of damage now. We're running over to stop these two AT guns from getting decrewed. They're very low. Probably need to pull back for healing. And conscripts just getting cut down long range. This is really why I said BaByuByu needed the Maxim, or perhaps even another squad of guards, something to help deal with these LMG Grenadiers. Oh, that heavy mortar shell did some good damage. T-70 though getting shot through the hetero. Swept up that teller. Oh, and the Werfer. Oh, it must be targeting this. This is going to be devastating. Oh my god! Both this and a squad of conscripts. That was crazy. 17 kills first barrage. That's the power of the Panzerwerfer. He drove it pretty close as well. Looks like he popped marked vehicle, chased after a little bit with the 85, but didn't end up getting the kill. Very hard to come back from losing that much manpower for BaByuByu. Still floating quite a lot though. This stage probably needs another squad of conscripts. You kind of need 2 to threaten the AT grenade. And probably a machine gun as well. That was such a nasty Werfer barrage. Crazy. Didn't even get Vet 1 with that one barrage either. I suppose those AT guns were actually very low in health, as I mentioned earlier. So the amount of health damage that the Werfer did there was probably not that significant. Which does factor into the veterancy calculations.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. Now this land belongs to the Soviet people.
That mortar's been having a good day. 7 kills, but it's been doing a lot of health damage. Second squad of guards, yeah, a little bit overdue, but better late than never. He's got more than enough munitions to upgrade the as well.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Sturmpanther, meanwhile, has got both of his tanks back up to full. It's taken BaByuByu quite a long time to come over here and start repairing this 85.
We are losing territory.
Ends up dropping a gun there. Can't click on. PTRS. If we're going to be targeting the ZIS. Not the other ZIS. Long range though, not that accurate. And this Panzer IV actually in jeopardy of going down here.
The sector is at risk.
Looks like the guard's shooting at the wrong target though. He's about to lose these guards. JU-87's coming in, doing quite a lot of damage, but T-34A5 is going to get out of there. Panther now going to try to chase it down, however. Fights the T-70 first. This needs to set up and contribute in this fight. He really wants to get the kill on that T-70. Looks like another anti-tank strafe comes through. Doubles this now, going to work on the Panther. And he has to back out of there. Oh. Probably could have stuck in there, but he didn't know he was going to bounce those next two shots. So he's playing it safe, and I can understand that. Machine gun is pressing nicely.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
BaByuByu really struggling to push out of his base here. Double machine guns keeping him pegged in.
Isolated sector. Enemy forces are
He's
neutralizing
ready
the
to
sector.
fire. Only got one kill in that last barrage apparently. 18 now. So he's going to whiff into the base. Risky.
Our command post is under assault.
4 kills. No, that was not too bad. Hits Viet 1 with it as well.
Capturing our supplies.
Delays all the healing as well. That's going to take a while to heal back all that damage that just got done. Especially if it looks like maybe one of the medics got killed. So he's only got 2 of the 3 medics healing at the moment. T-70 just remains so lethal.
Vehicles coming
Luckily those 2 shots hit obstacles, otherwise that Grandy might have died there. Got a fresh T-34-85 for BaByuByu. So now he's got a formidable amount of armor. Sturmpanther pretty close to his army supply limit. Can't really afford to get another tank. So dealing with these 2 85s and the 2 ZIS could be very tricky for his army composition. He's going to have to rely on the close air support planes. Panther pokes his head forwards, instantly gets marked vehicle, but he's pulled it right back. It's not going to be too relevant. BaByuByu has been really slow trying to regain his own territory. Panther pushing forwards now. Going to catch these guys on the rotation, but their ZIS are in a really nasty position for him. So, oh, but the Wolf is ready to fire again already. Right on top of those ZIS. It was from right at the back of his base though. It doesn't do too much. It's crazy how Panzer for long range can just do almost nothing, but if he drove it up here, might have been out, well, probably would have wiped both of them. Okay, so Sturmpanther has managed to squeeze in one more tank into his composition, the Stug, which is 10 supply. Pretty much exactly what he had spare. Might not be able to reinforce like one unit. But that's him, that's his army now. Whereas BaByuByu still got a little bit of room. He is lacking infantry though. Doesn't have any machine guns.
Enemy forces capturing
T-70 ripping into these squads, pushing down the middle. They're going after those Zis. Infantry and Stug now rotating around to the T-70, but the T-3485s can catch them a little bit out of position here. Where's the second Zis? Oh, it's all the way back in base. He needs these Zis here in support. One of them's coming out. Panther. Ooh. Panther 4 in trouble as well. Bounces that shot. Very lucky. Comes to close air support to push back these vehicles. Quite a lot of damage. So, Panzer 4 for Sturmpanther getting a little bit lucky escaping there. Oh, and his Pioneers also very lucky to escape the guards. Stug diving in here. Uh-oh. One more is this shot. Oh, and the Stug goes down. Not sure what that was doing. Crushes one model from the mortar team though on its way out of the door.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
So because he's been flowing so much munitions, can just use the crew self-repair whenever he wants.
We have 200 points remaining.
T-70 still staying relevant. And thanks to this Recon mode being mixed with the capping mode, he can cap whilst doing Recon, so any vehicle that starts to approach him, he's got plenty of time to start reacting to it, and it's very strong. That's why the T-70 can remain really relevant on the flanks into any point of the match. The T-70 can just speed away. Oh no, a little bit close to the trees there, about half the rockets hit the trees. Doesn't end up doing much damage on the back of that. Oh, those combat engineers also very lucky to escape. One lucky escape from both sides. Sturmpanther pushing forwards. T-70 coming over to help against the infantry.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory. The
Ooh.
enemy has 300 points remaining.
So you can really see the impact that the Panzerwerfer is having, because as soon as it's missed, like, well, it hasn't really missed, but as soon as it's done like 3 barrages in a row that haven't been that effective, Sturmpanther is on the back foot. Because before things were looking very promising for him. He's going in after this T-70, he's had enough of it. Problem is the Panther slow reload. Can't get the kill in time, and the double Zis actually connects. Panther now quite low. But nothing's going to chase him down. Nothing's going to get reckless. It is Vet 2 now, it's got that armor bonus. Sturmpanther has accrued a little bit of resources. Is he going to rebuild the Stug, or is he going to go for something else? Uh-oh. Double Zis. A lot of damage. AT grenade goes in on the Panzer 4. Rear armor exposed. Conscript goes down. Oh, but so is the Panzer 4, and he retreats the command squad there. Could have got a Faust in on the T-3485 before it retreated. Oh, mortar team almost goes down. This is a perfect time for a Zis barrage on that machine gun. Will he do it? No, he will not. Oh, but he looks like he's going to dodge the Werfer barrage. Almost preemptively. And maybe he's going to pull those back for healing and reinforcement now. They're 5 men, but they're quite low. T-485's being brought in. to do some capping because he is a little bit low on squads. He's still floating a little bit too much. Panther going for another Panther to replace that deceased Panzer IV. Double Panthers, that is very dangerous. Because you kind of offset their low DPS by having two of them. You still get to keep all the benefits of high durability. Goes in for the squish. Ooh, good squish. Oh, the whole squad of guards go down there. Nice crush by Sturmpanther. Thought he was safe using hit the dirt, but he just got punished for that. So now double Panthers. You know, if he chooses to chase after the T-70, he stands a much better chance of actually killing it. Can't afford to sit in front of the double Zis like that. Maybe he's trying to bait the Werfer barrage. Clears out the heavy mortar. Planes come in. To dissuade the T-34-85s from chasing any further. And it looks like maybe he's thinking about going after that low health 85, which is going to take a Faust here. It's a bit slow reversing this. It's in jeopardy. The high health one comes forwards, doubles this setup. Panthers in a dangerous position. They're going to try flank around, get past. Oh, he's got light artillery barrage to try clear out the AT guns. Oh, and the first volley does so much damage. One of the Panthers goes down, the high vet one. Second one sticks around. AT guns get cleared out. And the second 85 goes down, but there's a fresh one. Hasn't been brought in to really contribute in this fight at all. Looks like he's forgotten about it. But it's going to be on the rear armor of this Panther. Panther trying to get away now. Oh, but the Ju-87's come in. He's going to have a Faust available to stop the chase. Faust taking quite a long time to come in, but there it is. Now Panther changing its directions. T-70 needs to be in here trying to prevent this infantry. Panther's zoning out the 85. Got a fresh squad of guards. But down goes the second 85. And BaByuByu just lost almost his whole army. Vicious assault from Sturmpanther. You can see the real strength of having munitions, because being able to use both the light artillery barrage and the Stu close air support, such a powerful combo. Gonna try steal away one of these Zis as well. Looks like he's setting up for a light artillery barrage. No. Oh, Werfer barrage coming in. Oh, almost gets the whole guard squad, but the Grenadiers end up getting them on the follow-up, and BaByuByu throws in the towel. Well, that last engagement, really well executed by Sturmpanther. He bet it all there, chasing him with those Panthers. The light artillery barrage on the AT guns, though, crucial in that engagement. I think BaByuByu, he played a pretty good game, but you know, if he got that third T-34-85 into the fight earlier and brought the T-70 over as well to do some damage to the infantry, that could have gone much differently. But you know, when you're really under the pump, you can forget to add those little touches, bring in supporting units from nearby, and that's ultimately what sunk BaByuByu. Also, no mines. No mines. That was really just bad. Not having any mines. I know Sturmpanther did have a sweeper, and he did a little bit of sweeping, but I think if he had some mines down, at least one of those Panthers would have popped one, and could have made things go completely differently as well. It wasn't the case, and I suppose Sturmpanther having, you know, run around with sweepers and not spotted any mines the whole game, generally you feel kind of safe to make that kind of assault. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.